And coming up after the break, no, it's not Halloween. I'm at the newest activity center here in St. Cloud. Not only has the Electric Fetus received support from their customers, they also receive support from music icon Taylor Swift. And here in the orchard, with the first day of fall right around the corner, these apples are ready to be picked. And amongst all the other Valentine's Day bouquets, this special bouquet is their way of giving back to a special charity. For the Carlsons, the best way to transfer their sap is through this tubed piping, which is vacuumed from a pump here, sucking sap from the trees from the upper side of the land. With me, I have a jewel, and as you can see, it's very small and very convenient for teens to smoke out of, and it's also very easy to conceal. Now, if you yourself are feeling under the weather or just concerned about COVID-19 in general, the faculty encourages you to check out all the medical resources available to you on campus here at Eastman Hall. With one reading under the belt, the volunteers at the Readers Theater are hopeful to shoot even more for the teachers around the area. And then work is underway here at the Riverside Park Greenhouse. I'm reporter Kenny Johnson, and see how the St. Cloud Parks and Recreation Department is preparing Munsinger and Clemens Gardens for the summer season. But what really put an end to the old Reputation era was this countdown that went up on April 13th, counting down the days till April 26th, where new music is expected to drop. And here at the ballroom, it's all socially distanced, bringing everyone together for all the excitement. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, but this year it's a little bit different.
That it's not just about your love, your significant other, your partner. I think it's more about showing love for a family, showing love for a friend.
The workers at St. Cloud Floral are hard at work with hundreds of orders, which the store had to prepare for in celebration of the holiday.
The designers will, for 2 or 3 days, we'll make projected items that we have projected, as things that are shown on our website. And then they'll work to get all those things completed, and then as those orders come in, they're ready to go, so we can pull them, tag them, and get them ready for delivery.
Aside from online orders, the store also prepared for in-person purchases, open for those who want to support the business by just shopping around.
We also do some other customized pieces that are one-of-a-kind pieces, and so you can come in and see those. So this is a living orchid, but we've added some Valentine accessories. This would be an example of like a customized orchid design.
And amongst all the other Valentine's Day bouquets, this special bouquet is their way of giving back to a special charity.
The bouquet is called Stand for Kids, and it's to benefit the Central Minnesota Child Advocacy Center. So each bouquet that's purchased either on our website or they call and order it, St. Cloud Floral will donate $20 towards the Child Advocacy Center.
Supporting one another seems to be this local business's main goal, using the power of flowers to achieve that.
So it's been a great way to be able to have people be connected by having that shared love of flowers and be able to give them flowers and brighten their day. During a nice spring morning, you'll find the quaint Wildwood Ranch deep in the forest of St. Joseph. But now, things are heating up.
You need the warm spring days to really get the trees to wake up and run.
Shelley Carlson, self-titled Chief Maple Operator, has spent the past 2 months tapping maple trees, hoping to produce as much syrup as possible.
So that usually happens here in the last part of February, beginning of March. It takes about 2-3 days to tap all the trees. And then we just wait for the weather to cooperate.
But how does tree sap get from here to here? For the Carlsons, the best way to transfer their sap is through this tubed piping, which is vacuumed from a pump here, sucking sap from the trees from the upper side of the land. And once it's inside the sugar shack, the main process begins.
And then it works its way this way There's glues in this pan where the heat goes up in between and heats up the sap.
And after a long process of heating and boiling the sap, it begins to look like syrup spewing out into a draw at hundreds of degrees. But is it done yet?
Not quite finished yet. Typically about 219 degrees is finished syrup, done syrup. And that equates to about 66 or 67% sugar.
The work done at Wildwood Ranch not only takes hard workers, but it also takes family.
My grandma used to live just down by the lake there, and so I bounced between her house and up here my whole childhood. My brother and I's birthdays are both right during the middle of the maple syrup season, and so we had all of our birthday parties and birthday cakes and presents here growing up.
With a strong family connection and a strong family history, the Wildwood syrup has been sticking to this family for a long time and will continue to stick with them for the future. Reporting for UTVS News, I'm Kenny Johnson.
A lot of people thought it was just going to be like a couple-year fad, but we continue to see it grow and grow.
The Electric Fetus, home to 100,000 plus vinyls, is a company based in nostalgia.
It's the experience of the vinyl, the collectibleness of it, opening it up, reading the liner notes, having to get up, flip the record over.
Last month, the vinyl industry saw a huge boom in sales. With collectability and more modern artists selling the physical media, there's no surprise that the younger generation is getting involved.
Younger people get the records from their parents, and then they start finding the bands and the genres they like, and then they start coming to the store.
Another factor into the high numbers was Record Store Day, a national event that changed for the pandemic.
Normally we'd have food trucks and bands playing in the store and 400 people in line before we opened.
Even though the spectacle is gone, the community still remains loyal while reflecting on the fun of the past.
There's just like very much a camaraderie of everyone's out there at 4 in the morning trying to get their records and just talking about records out there.
Not only has the Electric Fetus received support from their customers, they also receive support from music icon Taylor Swift.
Got an email from Universal, and would you be interested, Record Store Day in Universal, would you be interested if a high-profile artist had a limited number of signed CDs to come out? Didn't tell us who, and we said sure. All of a sudden one day, 30 of them show up. We saw a lot of new customers that probably have never been in here. It could have been a lot of people that have, the first CD they've ever bought in their life.
With artists like Taylor Swift giving the younger generation incentive to buy physical media, it's safe to say that we won't see it fade into obscurity for quite some time.